Welcome to Focus English with Cece.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Focus English with Cece. I'm Cece, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
And I'm Tom. It's great to see you all again. If you want to improve your real-life English, you've come to the right place. Cece, honestly, I'm a bit stressed today. I've been looking at my digital calendar, and it's just a mess of colors and boxes. I have meetings, gym sessions, and a dinner plan, but I realized I don't even know how to describe this mess to my English-speaking friends without sounding like I'm reading a grocery list.
That is a very common struggle, Tom. Talking about time isn't just about reading numbers off a clock. It's about social etiquette, professional tone, and knowing how to manage expectations. In today's episode, we're going to dive deep into the language of time.
I need that, because usually when someone asks me, "What's your schedule like?" I just say, "I'm busy," and I feel like I sound a bit rude or boring.
Exactly. I'm busy is the basic level. Today, we're moving to the advanced level. We'll learn how to use phrases like the day after tomorrow, naturally, how to use prepositions like a native, and most importantly, how to use professional idioms like tied up or having a lot on your plate. By the end of this hour, you'll be able to explain your entire week with confidence and style.
I'm so ready for this. My calendar is open and my pen is ready.
Great. But before we get into our first set of time blocks, we have a small request. If you've been following our lessons and they've been helping you feel more confident in English, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. It helps our channel grow and allows us to keep producing these deep dive lessons for you for free.
Yes, please subscribe and join the community. We love seeing our student family grow. Now, Cece, let's start with the basics. How do I divide my day?
Let's start with what I call the building blocks. These are the general periods of the day. You know the words morning, afternoon, evening, and night. But the magic happens when you add the word this.
Right, like this morning. But wait, Cece, if it's currently 11 a.m. and I say I had coffee this morning, is that okay, or should I say yesterday morning?
That's a great question. This morning refers to the morning of the current day. Even if it's 11 a.m. and the morning is almost over, you still use this morning for things that happened at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m.
Oh, I see. And what about tonight? Why don't we say this night?
English is funny that way. We say this morning, this afternoon, this evening, but this night sounds like you're writing a romantic poem or a song. In daily conversation, we always use tonight. It covers everything from 6 p.m. until you go to sleep.
Okay, so if I'm inviting a friend to a movie at 8 p.m., I say, "Do you want to see a movie tonight?"
Exactly. Now let's look at a phrase that often confuses people, the day after tomorrow. Tom, how do you usually say that?
Honestly, I usually just say, "in 2 days." It's easier to calculate.
In 2 days is fine, but it sounds a bit mathematical. If you want to sound more natural, use the day after tomorrow. It points specifically to that calendar day. For example, if today is Monday, the day after tomorrow is Wednesday. It's a very common way to set appointments.
The day after tomorrow. It feels a bit long to say, but I guess it's very clear. What about the past? Can I say the day before yesterday?
Yes, it works the same way. I saw her the day before yesterday. It's a great way to avoid having to remember the specific name of the day if you're in a hurry.
That's a lifesaver for me because I always forget if yesterday was Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, let's talk about prepositions. I always get stuck with on.
The rule for on is actually quite simple. Use on for specific days and dates. On Monday, on Friday, on May 5th, on my birthday.
But I've heard people say, "I'll see you Monday," without the on. Is that wrong?
It's not wrong, it's just informal. In casual American English, people often drop the on. But if you're in a business meeting or writing an email, saying the meeting is on Tuesday sounds much more professional and clear.
And what about the S? I hear people say, on Mondays. Does that just mean more than one Monday?
It means routine. If you say, I have a meeting on Monday, it's a one-time thing. But if you say, I have yoga on Mondays, it means every Monday. That little S is a shortcut for the word every.
Wow, that's a useful shortcut. On Mondays equals every Monday. Let me try. I study English on weekends.
Perfect. That means you have a habit of studying every Saturday and Sunday. Now, Tom, let's look at a situation where you are very, very busy. I want to teach you a special idiom, to have a lot on one's plate.
I love this one. It sounds like I'm at a buffet, but what does it have to do with a schedule?
Imagine your life is a dinner plate. If you put too much food on it, steak, salad, potatoes, dessert, it starts to fall off. In English, if you have a lot on your plate, it means you have too many responsibilities or tasks to do.
So if my boss asks me to do a new project and I already have 5 projects, I can say, I'd love to help, but I have a lot on my plate right now.
Exactly. It sounds much more descriptive and slightly more polite than just saying, I'm busy. It explains why you can't take on more work. Your capacity is full.
Does it have to be about work?
Not at all. You could have a lot on your plate because you're moving to a new house, planning a wedding, and studying for an exam all at once. It's about the total stress of your schedule.
I definitely have a lot on my plate this month. Cece, I also heard someone say around a time, like see you around 5 o'clock. Is that different from at 5 o'clock?
Very different. At 5 o'clock is a promise. It's precise. But around 5 o'clock means maybe 4:50, maybe 5:10. It's a window of time.
So if I'm meeting a friend for coffee, around is better because I might be a few minutes late?
Exactly. It's more relaxed. If you want to be even more casual, you can add ish to the end of the number.
Ish, like 5-ish?
Yes, see you at 5-ish. It's very common in spoken English. It means approximately 5.
I'm going to use that all the time. I'll finish my work 6-ish.
It's a great word, but be careful. Don't use ish with your boss if they are very strict about time. Use it with friends or colleagues you know well.
Good point. My boss probably wants at 9 sharp, not 9-ish.
Now that we have the big blocks, let's get into the nitty-gritty of clock time. To do this, we need the preposition at.
I always get at and in mixed up. I want to say in 9 o'clock. Why is that wrong?
Think of at as a tiny point on a map. A tiny minute on the clock is a tiny point. At 9 o'clock, at 10:30, at noon.
What about noon? I just say 12 o'clock.
Noon is much more common. It specifically means 12 p.m., and midnight is 12 a.m. Using these words makes you sound more like a native speaker.
Okay, so at noon and at midnight. But you said at night earlier. Is night a specific point?
This is one of those English exceptions that students hate. Even though the night is long, we say at night. However, we say in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening.
That is so confusing. Why is night the only one with at?
Honestly, Tom, even linguists argue about that. Just remember it as a special rule. Night gets the at.
Okay, memorized. Now, what about the minutes? 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. Is there a cooler way to say these?
Definitely. In professional and social settings, we use quarters. Since an hour is 60 minutes, a quarter is 15 minutes. So 9:15 is quarter past 9.
Quarter past, because 15 minutes have passed the hour.
Right. And for 9:30, we say half past 9.
What about 9:45? 3/4 past 9?
No, that's where we switch directions. We start looking forward to the next hour. So 9:45 becomes quarter to 10.
Quarter to 10. so there are 15 minutes left until it is 10. This is like mental math.
It takes a bit of practice, but it's how native speakers naturally think about time. We think about how close we are to the next hour.
Let me try. If it's 4:45, I say, it's 4:45.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the grammar of making plans. Tom, if you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m., how do you say it?
I'd say, I will go to the doctor at 10 o'clock.
That's okay, but it sounds a bit like a prediction. If it's a fixed arrangement in your calendar, we use the present continuous. Say, I'm seeing the doctor at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, the ing form can be for the future.
Yes, when it's a fixed arrangement, it means you've already called the doctor, you've booked the time, and it's a firm plan.
So, I'm meeting my friend sounds more certain than I will meet my friend.
Exactly. I will meet sounds like a spontaneous idea you just had. I'm meeting sounds like it's already written in ink in your diary. Okay, everyone, we're halfway through our schedule masterclass. We've covered time blocks, prepositions, and how to tell time like a pro. Are you finding this helpful so far?
I know I am. I'm already thinking about my 5-ish coffee break.
If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button right now. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this is a useful video, which helps more people find us. And if you have a question about a specific time phrase you've heard, leave a comment. We read them all.
And stay with us until the end because the next part is where we talk about the tricky stuff, how to cancel plans without losing your friends, and how to sound like a boss in the office.
Tom, let's move into a territory that everyone, and I mean everyone, finds difficult. It's the art of changing plans. Imagine this. You've made a plan with a friend for 6:15. You're looking forward to it, but suddenly at 5:30, your boss walks in with a priority task that needs to be done immediately. You can't leave. What do you usually do in that moment?
Oh, Cece, I usually feel so much guilt. My heart starts racing. I usually grab my phone and send a quick panic text like, "Sorry, I can't come, I'm busy." But then I feel terrible because my friend might think I'm just making excuses to avoid them.
Exactly. And that's the problem with the word busy. It's too vague, and sometimes it can even sound a bit cold. It's like saying, my other things are more important than you. To fix this, we have a magic phrase in English. Something came up.
Something came up. I've heard this in movies. It sounds a bit like a mystery, doesn't it? Like a ghost appeared.
In a way, yes. The beauty of something came up is that it refers to an unexpected event that appeared out of nowhere. It suggests that you intended to keep your promise, but an external force, like a work emergency or a family issue, stopped you. It's polite because it doesn't require you to give a long, boring explanation about your boss or your flat tire. You're just saying, life happened.
I see. I'm sorry I can't make it tonight. Something came up. It sounds much softer and more professional. It's like I'm asking for their understanding without over-explaining.
Precisely. But don't stop there. If you just say something came up and leave it at that, the plan dies. To be a great communicator, you must immediately offer to reschedule.
Reschedule. I know schedule is the noun, so reschedule is the verb for doing it again.
Right. When you ask, can we reschedule for the day after tomorrow, you are sending a clear message. I still want to see you. You are a priority to me. You are moving the plan, not destroying it.
That's a great tip. It turns a negative situation into a positive future plan. Now, Cece, what if I'm not canceling, but I'm just going to be a little bit late, maybe 10 or 15 minutes? I don't want to reschedule the whole thing. I just want them to wait for me.
In that case, you use a phrase that describes your movement through time. I'm running a bit behind schedule.
Running behind. This makes me think of a race where the clock is winning and I am losing.
That is exactly the right imagery. Your schedule is the track, and you are currently behind the time you were supposed to be at. When you tell someone, I'm running 10 minutes behind, you are acknowledging that their time is valuable. It's much more active and honest than just saying, I'm late. It implies you are doing your best to catch up.
I love that. Sorry, I'm running a bit behind. I'll be there in 10 minutes. It sounds like I'm actually running. Now, let's go back to the office. Yesterday, my colleague told me, I can't talk right now, I'm tied up. I looked at him and he wasn't wearing any ropes. I was so confused.
That's one of our most common idioms. Tied up means you are stuck in a situation that you cannot leave. Imagine your hands are tied to your desk or to a meeting chair. You are physically and mentally occupied.
So I'm tied up in a meeting until 4 means I am bound to that meeting. I am not free to do anything else.
Exactly. It's a very high-level, professional way to say you're busy. It carries a sense of necessity. Another great one for the office is fully booked.
Like a hotel with a no vacancy sign?
Spot on. When a hotel is fully booked, every room is taken. When a person is fully booked, every room or slot in their calendar is filled with a task or a meeting. If you tell a client, I'm fully booked this week, it actually makes you sound very important and in demand.
I'd love to help, but my calendar is fully booked until Friday. I'm going to practice saying that with a serious face.
You'll sound like a CEO. But wait, Tom, you used the word until just now. We need to talk about that because until and for are the two prepositions that cause the most headaches for learners.
Oh, they are my enemies. I always say things like, I am working for 5 p.m., and people look at me funny.
I know why. Here is the golden rule. For describes the duration, the total amount or length of time. Until describes the endpoint, the wall where the activity stops.
Okay, let me test myself. If I start a meeting at 1 and finish at 3, the length is 2 hours. So I say, I am in a meeting for 2 hours.
Perfect. That is the duration.
And the wall where it stops is 3 p.m. So I say, I am in a meeting until 3 p.m.
You nailed it. Think of until as a physical barrier. You are walking through the afternoon and you thump into the wall at 3. You cannot go further.
4 is the distance, until is the wall. That's so much clearer. But then, Cece, what about the word by? My boss said, finish this report by Friday. Does that mean the same as until Friday?
This is a crucial distinction. Until Friday means you are doing the action continuously from now until that day. If you work until Friday, you are working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And by Friday?
By is for deadlines. It means not later than. If the deadline is Friday, you can finish it on Tuesday morning if you want. You just have to make sure it's done at some point before Friday ends.
Ah, so by is like a fence. I can finish the task anywhere inside the field as long as I don't go past the fence on Friday.
That's a brilliant way to put it. Let's look at how one small word changes the whole meaning. If you say, I will stay in the office until 8 p.m., it means you are staying there late. But if you say, I will be at the office by 8 p.m., it means you are arriving early in the morning.
Wow. Until 8 p.m. is about staying. By 8 p.m. is about arriving. One little word changes my whole day.
It really does. That's why mastering these time prepositions is so important. They are the glue that holds your schedule together.
I feel like I finally have the tools to handle my boss, my friends, and my calendar. No more I'm busy for me.
I'm glad to hear that. Being specific with your time doesn't just make you sound better at English, it makes you a more reliable and professional person in real life.
I agree. Now, I think we should probably move towards our final recap because I'm actually tied up starting at the next hour.
Look at you using the idioms already. Let's head into the wrap-up.
Wow, Tom, we have covered so many phrases today. I think your calendar is going to look much more professional now.
Definitely. I feel like I have a whole new vocabulary. Let me try to summarize what we've learned to make sure I've got it.
Go for it. Our listeners can check their notes too.
Okay. First, the time blocks. We use this morning, afternoon, evening, and tonight, and the cool phrase, the day after tomorrow, for 2 days from now. Second, the prepositions, on for days, at for specific clock times, and the special one, at night. Plus, adding an S like on Mondays means it's a routine.
Great start. What about the clock and the idioms?
For the clock, we have quarter past, half past, and quarter to, and my favorite, adding ish for casual times like 7-ish. And for the busy idioms, we have a lot on my plate when I'm overwhelmed and tied up when I'm stuck in a task.
And don't forget the emergency phrases.
Right. If I can't make it, I say something came up and I ask to reschedule. And I use running behind schedule if I'm late. Finally, for is the length of time, until is the end point, and by is the deadline.
That is a perfect 10 out of 10 summary. To everyone listening, the key to remembering these is not to memorize the list, but to use them. Tomorrow, when you look at your watch, don't just think 9:45, think 9:45.
Yes, and we want to hear from you. We have a little homework for you today.
That's right. We want you to go to the comments section below and tell us about your schedule for tomorrow. Try to use at least 2 phrases we learned today. For example, I am meeting my friend at 5-ish because I have a lot on my plate this morning.
We will be reading your comments and helping you correct them if you're not sure. It's a great way to practice.
And before we go, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your last chance. Click that subscribe button and the like button. It really supports our mission to make English accessible to everyone.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Cece, I'm actually tied up in 5 minutes, so I have to go.
Good use of the idiom, Tom. Go get 'em. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in the next lesson of Focus English with Cece.
Bye-bye, everyone. Happy learning.
Goodbye.